Hey guys, guess who doesn't use drugs?
Who?
I don't know.
We're gonna hit the volume high.
I don't know. Video game, I don't know. There was a comic book arc where Tony Stark was kind of on a bit of a drug high and all that.
I mean, he kind of has that rock star
Captain
mentality,
America,
though.
Steve Rogers.
Picked for the experimental super soldier project during World War II. Trained to become a one-man army. A combat expert. His special skill is shield throwing ability.
Of course.
I love the way the narrator says Iron Man. Just hold on. Hold on.
Jesus.
I love this narrator. His powers come from. His power comes. I think you mean whatever. With his armor, blah, blah, blah. And here's Vision.
Yeah.
There you go, sure. There you go, guys. This is how Vision looks in the comics.
Yeah, around that time, Vision was having like a white period.
Yeah.
It was a phase. Just.
So there you go. He's an android, yeah.
Adventurer.
An artificial being with great knowledge of biology and engineering. His power comes from light gathered by the gem in his forehead. He uses this light energy to fire his solar beam. And here's how Hawkeye looks in the source material.
Hawkeye kept his costume consistent for probably the longest time, actually.
It was pretty much until the comics changed to look like the MCU.
Hawkeye received his training under Captain America. He is also a naturally skilled marksman with any thrown or skill weapon. He has superhuman power of sight. So there you go. And here's Red Skull.
Red Skull wants you.
You cannot beat me.
Yes.
Played by Hugo Weaving.
Of course.
Sucks for you. Sucks for you, Red Skull. The Avengers will stop you.
So we have an Avengers game where you don't even a beat 'em up Avengers game where you don't play as the Hulk. What malarkey is that?
The Hulk was the Hulk on holiday or something.
There you go. The actual full name of the game is Captain America and the Avengers, even though the narrator always just says the Avengers.
Actually, Captain America being usurped in his own product by another thing was also part of the title. Wow, Civil War took inspiration from this game.
What the fuck was that?
That's because that's what always happens whenever I insert a coin.
So, as for why Hulk wasn't in this crossover too, it may have been during that time in the comics where Hulk was in his...
By assembling a team of supervillains, Red Skull seeks to conquer the world, of course.
Of course.
He has used his wealth to assemble his evil team. He has used the mind control machine to bring them under his power. Now he controls all of their actions. Go at once, Avengers! Try to crush his evil scheme. So, scene one. The Avengers. The Avengers. Alright, since this is Captain America and the Avengers...
Oh, they're playing solo. Okay.
And by Avengers Assemble, we mean Captain America all on his own.
Well, he is the leader. So...
Yeah, basically what happened was the other Avengers. I mean, this is New York City.
Tony went to get booze.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is okay. Here's my explanation. New York is a really big city, so they probably got lost.
Yes. So yeah, Captain America and the Avengers was developed by Data East. Data East made a lot of arcade games back in the day, and this was one of them. And yeah, you can tell that this is one of those games where the developers themselves did the voice, because the voices sound so fucking hammy. Like for example, I love. Hold on in a moment. Yeah.
America still needs your help.
Yeah, America still needs your help. Yeah. I love one of the things. Every time you revive in this game, you always hear a voice saying, "Okay, go." So prepare to hear that voice.
Here's a whirlwind and claw.
Okay, that line earlier.
Don't disturb us. Why should it goes well?
Claw and the living laser.
You'd think a game made by Americans would have proper English spelling, but
that line earlier. America still needs your help. That reminds me of like the only somewhat clever line, so a funny line in X-Men Origins Wolverine, where basically Wolverine's blowing off Stryker, and then he's like, "The country needs you. I'm Canadian."
Okay, go.
But yeah, Dweebs, that guy. Oh, okay, Quicksilver. The guy we just beat, the Dweebs, one of them was supposed to be Claw, and how he looks in the comics. Just be glad that Andy Serkis actually gave him an actual more normal look.
Well, I mean,
ironic.
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, yeah, especially great when he's played by Andy Serkis, an actor who can pretty much play.
I guess he could have
on
used
tail.
Whirlwind.
There you go. And he's run away again. The interesting thing about this game is that
He's really good at playing weird, creepy guy.
the interesting thing about this game is that a lot of the dialogue scenes are voiced, but most of them aren't. It's kind of weird. I guess they ran out of budget. I don't know.
You can't escape. You will be the one escaping.
Escaping what?
That conversation made no sense. Cannot escape. You will be the one escaping. Wait, escaping from where? I'm the one chasing you.
So you're gonna let Captain America go? How nice of you.
No, don't you see? He intends to have Captain America escape from life into the pits of death.
Again,
Never said that.
this is the kind of grammar I expect from an early '90s Japanese game translated into English, but that's not the case here, isn't
I
it?
can tell you, actually, yes, it was actually written by Yoshia Nishi, and instead translated by Steve Miller.
Oh, so there you go. It was written by Japanese folks, Pedro.
Okay, then.
Which explains a lot.
Yeah, suddenly it all makes sense.
Anyway, in case you don't know, Whirlwind is supposed to be a major Iron Man villain. You may remember him if you watched the animated series.
Which animated series?
The Iron Man animated series.
From the
that's a
90s.
video.
From the 90s.
That's a feature. The only thing I remember from that show.
Whirlwind's attack was just a setup.
Of course.
Other towns are being taken over. Hurry, Avengers!
Steve, what's wrong with your face? Oh, a sentinel now.
Scene 2. Target town? Is there a town in the Marvel universe called Target Town that I'm not aware?
You think it would be like Genosha, considering it's a sentinel attacking, but no. Especially because the Genosha attack happens, way later after this game was made.
Well,
but Tia, what if it's not a sentinel, but a different type of giant bot?
Oh no! It's one of those named sentinel like Nimrod or I forgot the other. Basically, there are a bunch of actually names and Power Man, Wonder Man.
Thank you, Wonder Man. Oh, there you go. Okay, go.
Yeah, one thing that always surprised me is that the MCU has never adapted until this point the character of Wonder Man, which honestly would have been so easy to do when you think about it. But no, he hasn't showed up yet. Essentially, Luke Shirei, he was one of the non-original members, but he was very prominent in the actual Avengers team for a long time. Basically, a reformed creation from Hydra, and his brain pattern was the one used to create Vision in the comics.
So what? Okay, maybe dialing down some of the silliness. Is this what the? I wonder if this is how. Are the X-Men in this game?
No.
What? No.
We're about to fight supposedly a
This is
sentinel, so...
well. The X-Men had their own arcade game at the time, Dwebs. So.
Oh, hello.
Tinkerbell?
I think it's
No.
Wasp.
Yeah, it is Wasp.
As what did Wasp have? Whenever Wasp was flying around, did she ever have glitter colour?
There was that one
Beam particles
time.
are one hell of a drug, kids.
Okay. Here's the thing, dude. Wasp has been for a lot of incarnations, so yeah, I believe there was actually a segment where.
But yeah, we're playing
She pretty much was Tinkerbell, essentially.
I mean, the only incarnations of Wasp I'm that familiar with are the one from the MCU and the one from the Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon.
Oh, love that one.
All right.
Yeah, it's a sentinel. There you
Oh,
go.
hell,
It's a giant
giant
robot.
robot.
Of course.
Just giant robot. That's it.
And Guys, you can't call it a Sentinel. You haven't sold the rights to Fox yet, have you?
Not just that, but
How many faces do you have in there?
Literally some clipping over others.
not just that, but
Also, check it out. Captain America is so fast that it looks like he's throwing multiple shields instead of just one over and over.
Yep, that's how good Steve is. But yeah, we're playing the American version, so of course it starts with the usual winners don't use drugs. You see, kids, winners don't use drugs. Look at the Avengers. As you can see in this game, they don't use drugs. So if you want to be as awesome as the Avengers, don't use drugs.
Yeah, it's like that bit in the 2005.
Wow, boom.
Don't do drugs.
Alright, okay, go.
Let's go.
So yeah, the one particular thing about this beat 'em up is that it's freaking hard. Because
I can see that.
Because your attacks, unless you're using your projectile attack, your attacks have little range. It doesn't work quite as well like something like the TMNT games or the Asterisk game. It's not just that the sprites are small; it's also the range of the attacks is a bit shorter than I think it should be. But hey, gotta cash in on the property, I guess. So.
So if I remember, this was done in a time where, aside from an occasional passing reference to like an animated series that had happened, before that, this was mostly made for the comic fans. So. Oh, sorry, I can't get enough.
Why are you asking why? You're getting our money. Do you want me money or not?
Oh, look who it is. You came here to die.
It's Grim Reaper, I think it's called. Yes, he is.
Grim Reaper.
Okay,
what happened to his long black cloak?
That's mostly because instead of having a hand, I think it's the right hand, instead he has a scythe implanted to it. This guy is supposed to be a major Hydra agent, essentially. If you watch WandaVision, there's a bit of an Easter egg tied to this guy in one of the intros, surprisingly enough. I don't know how much of significance is that, but it's there. It's mostly a reference to the
America still needs your help. Alright, for the alright, let's play as Tony next. There you go. Switching from my favorite Avenger to Shiro's favorite Avenger.
No, I wanted to keep the bottle. Don't do this.
Yeah, for a second there, Pedro, I thought you were gonna say from my favorite Avenger to my least favorite Avenger.
No, Shiro's favorite Avenger. That's what I meant. My least favorite Avenger. I can't even think of one in particular.
From these, okay, do they control pretty much all the same?
No, it's like about the characters themselves, not so much in this game. Like in this game, they're all, I guess, on par with each other. Really, there's not really any a particular. They all have their own unique way of attacking. Grim Reaper has regained consciousness, and Red Skull has commanded him to fight the Avengers. What does Red Skull plan next?
These faces, man.
Scene 3, challenge from the bottom of the sea.
Hang on, Grim Reaper was surrounded. How did he escape?
Shut up.
Because.
Was there a writer for this? Let me check.
Well, we just said the US.
No, but like, who idealized the story properly? Because let me see if it's properly.
Well, it doesn't really matter too. The plot is just Red Skull is doing bad things. Go stop him, really. Like.
Oh no, sorry. I was also checking instead also the art department too, because some of these, these panels, these spaces are weird, but. There we go.
I gotta love the dialogue in this game. Tony turns to Wizard and is like, "What an evil thing you've done!"
What a weird thing to reference to the...
Wizard, what an evil thing you've done. All the better to destroy the world with, my friend.
This was an enemy, actually, of the original Human Torch, I think. The one that was before Johnny Storm.
There you go.
Yeah, basically, Data East,
they're in the sea.
Game were a,
Thank you, Submariner.
Basically, the developers of this game, Data East, were a Japanese group of developers. who ran from 1976 up until 2003.
Anyway, there you
Their
go.
main thing was basically arcade games, although they did make some. They did make some console games. I mean, most of them are just kind of maybe some of Japan only. Maybe some did get out of Japan, but not much. I mean, they made some games called Outlaws of the Lost Dynasty, Defcon 5, and everyone's favourite, Voice Idol Collection, Pool Bar Story. Which to me sounds...
I'll make seaweed out of you!
Mech Taco?
Yes, Mech Taco too! Don't you remember one of the most iconic Avengers villains of all time too? Mech Taco! I mean, come on!
That's the name of something that Deadpool should fight like in a one-off issue.
You know, that is literally Devilot's mech.
Yeah, I know, right?
This should have been the main villain event.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
The entire climax loops.
Guys, we have defeated Mech Taco!
The entire climax loops is that Thanos is trying to escape on his Thanos copter, but this guy comes around, snatches him and warps him to showcase he means business.
Now that we defeat...
What, like teleport him to space where he dies?
Now that we've defeated Mech Taco, it's time to break into this underwater base, for we are the Avengers!
Also, one of Tony's expression on the portrait is like, I can't even. Like, it's weird.
He's not Captain America!
Well, but America still needs his help though, Lips.
But he's not Captain America. I look like that.
So what? Captain America... Dwebs, I'm surprised at you. Steve would never tell you that only he gets to help America. That's the last thing Steve would say.
Well, I thought the last thing Steve would say be Hail Hydra, but here we are.
Well, that depends on context, as in-game proved.
Yeah.
Context is everything, Debs. Thanks, Quicksilver.
Okay, and one thing, since this is an Avengers game, and I don't think I brought this up in our Avengers commentary, what do you guys think of this weird mantra that some people have towards Hawkeye and to an extent Black Widow, and that they don't have powers, therefore they use?
Hold on. Hold on.
What, wait, samurai?
That's the Mandarin too.
The Mandarin.
So, there you go. That's the one line a lot of people remember from this game. The Mandarin's iconic line: "See my power."
But yeah, basically the Mandarin again. The Mandarin has 10 rings, and they can allow him to do weird shit like fire lasers and teleport.
Yeah. So Teo, what do you since you were very vocal about this particular subject, what do you think of this take on the Mandarin? See my power! How's that for a Mandarin voice?
It's less threatening than Magneto in the X-Men, in the X-Men beat 'em up. So yeah, there's that.
X-Men, welcome to die.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding, Dibs. That's what Magneto says in the X-Men arcade game. X-Men, welcome to die.
I've heard that. So what do you guys think about? I mean, personally,
honestly, Dibs, I don't really think that's an issue. As the actual Avengers movie proved, just because you're not equal in power level doesn't mean that you're less useful.
Exactly. Not to mention they have their own unique skills that the others don't. That's the whole point.
If anything, that serves to prove the point. But each of them has a kind of function. Sure, Hawkeye will actually make a javelin like in Age of
Ultron. You cannot beat me.
What the fuck is wrong with these portraits?
Can you please hide your teeth?
Well, that's how.
They're so goofy.
Well, that's how Red Skull looked in the comic. The Avengers have located Red Skull's hideout and uncovered his plans to build a secret base and to arm it with a giant laser cannon. If his plans are carried out, it will mean the destruction of not only America, but of the whole Earth as well. Scene 4, the giant laser cannon. So let me get this straight. Red Skull's plan is to use a giant laser cannon to destroy the Earth And after that, he, along with everybody else, will die in the cold vacuum of space. Brilliant plan, Red Skull. Brilliant plan.
I think his plan is more so to hold the Earth at ransom. It's just
But
that the
that
way he
begs the question, Jova, like you will ever do that.
Exactly. So you're telling.
Well, okay. To be fair, Red Skull is crazy enough to do that.
I guess,
Red Skull wants to conquer, not really to destroy, to dominate, similar to Doctor Doom, you know. He's obsessed with control, not necessarily spitefulness.
Let's not forget, there was that arc where he was that crazy. I mean, we're talking about the guy who, in some cases, has eaten Xavier's brain, after all.
Also, to go back to the previous topic, Dwibs, it's exactly like Tony said. Tony said in Homecoming, I'm nothing about this suit. If you're nothing about this suit, then you shouldn't have it. There you go.
Honestly, Dwibs, at best, that's a meme these days anyway. I mean, come on, we have plenty of superheroes who are capable without powers anyway. Granted, admittedly...
Well, I think that's kind of the problem. Sometimes when citizens keeps repeating a point, it just spreads.
Obey me or die. Hey, Juggernaut.
It's the Juggernaut, bitch.
The Juggernaut is going for a weird phase with an eye.
Yeah, apparently he's shorter than.
He looks more like one of Dormammu's servants.
America still needs your help.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till we get to Deadpool 2.
All right, let's play as Vision.
Because I'm guessing they wanted to make. I'm guessing.
I love Vision's walking cycle.
He's doing troubles on his tippy toes.
Because for Deadpool 2, I guess they wanted to have Ryan Reynolds really work for his salary, so he voiced the Juggernaut in that film.
Actually, Dibs, that was all Ryan's decision himself.
Well, I'll tell you, Vision is very graceful, as you can see. There you go. Giant robot beetles.
Also, this music, let me check who the composer was. Sound designer. Yeah, the closest. Oh, there you go. Eric Swanson. Eric Swanson did the SNES version music, so not really fitting. It might be. The twist is here two sound designers, Tatsuya Kiuchi and Tom Sato, but no one that's listed properly as composer outside from the guy who composed for the Super Nintendo version. Might as well check his resume, why not? Eric Swanson. This was literally his first work. He composed for another bunch of video games, like Ren and Stimpy Quest for Shaven Yak, okay, or The Death and Return of Superman. That was interesting. But he has stopped since 2013 with a minor short that he's composed for.
Alright, let's continue.
Okay.
Also, you can literally throw wrenches in this game.
Where is the laser?
Oh, Ultron, what are you doing here? What the fuck is this dialogue?
How are they gonna know?
There you go, Shiro. That's how Ultron looked in the source material. What the hell do you mean? Ask the police. Aren't you supposed to be a bad guy in this context?
I'm guessing that's his way of saying stuff it, essentially.
I
could be.
That's a very weird way of saying stuff.
It's actually more. They did mention mind control at the beginning, so maybe that's the reason. But it's very jarring to see Ultron actually working for Red Skull. Ultron is the kind of guy who prefers to work solo or having underlings, not being one.
The tone of this.
I'm gonna chalk that up to the mind control.
Yeah, probably.
The tone of this game is incredibly goofy, and I'm not entirely sure if it's 100% intentional.
I mean, you can see through the animations and the different type of attacks that a lot of dedication, went into this.
Oh no, definitely.
We just, had the writing and the plot as like a secondary thing.
I think the best way to think about it is like a Japanese television show, essentially. Oh, it's definitely goofy and probably a lot of it tongue-in-cheek, but it definitely does have that charm to it.
Like Kamen Rider.
Or Godzilla.
Yeah.
Alright.
Also, the Vision's portrait is literally staring in my soul, and I don't like that. Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing that's why the MCU version of Vision looks more.
That's the thing with the actual comic book version of Vision.
The laser cannon has been completed!
Oh no.
There's only a short time before the laser is set to fire. And as Captain America checks his watch, hurry Avengers, crush Red Skull's plot! Scene 5, the end of Red Skull.
Spoilers!
Spoiler.
How can you spoil the finale when you're at
Spoilers,
it?
Red Skull dies at the end. Okay, I will say this. Vision's version for the flying stage, his sprite looks is animated amazingly.
Yep.
Oh,
I love that last comment panel though. Pedro mentioned Captain. I know we have to potentially sacrifice ourselves to save the planet, but there's something I must ask you. What time is it?
But seriously, those weird, it's not like necessarily how it looks, but oh Jesus, but how how it's actually visualized the Red Skull. It looks more like Krang upon TMNT.
There you go.
In these panels.
So when you're doing this, the underwater or space sections, Steve wears a helmet that he got from somewhere. Which is well, at the very least they brought to do that because when they ported this game to the Super Nintendo, for some reason he doesn't have the helmet, which is weird.
Just rolling with that.
Which is weird because the Mega Drive version has the helmet, so I don't understand why the Super Nintendo port couldn't do that too.
The game was ported to the Genesis Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, Game Gear, and the Game Boy. I dread to imagine how the Game Boy version looks.
All right, so we've reached the moon.
With of course the lunar base. So where are the humans?
There's the giant laser cannon. So let's destroy it. Take shield.
Yeah.
Take shield, motherfucker.
To be fair, there's something I always love about stuff like space shooters actually be destroying giant object one piece at a time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Alright, we're almost done. We're almost at the end of Red Skull. There you go.
Caesar.
Hey! Sieges.
Explosions!
Excitement.
And now another wall for me to break. There you go.
It was an actual car, 0 to 10.
Alright, now that we've destroyed the giant laser cannon!
I love how the music is really into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This composer really had a field day while working on this.
Oh yeah, this soundtrack's a delight.
Oh, actually, there you go. The Wikipedia page actually states Tatsuya Kiuchi and Shogo Sakai. Let me see. Oh.
Hold on.
Okay.
What's this?
Sorry.
The slide.
Oh, a slide.
Weirdly in time with the music.
God damn it, Red Skull. You're trapped.
You fiend. Oh, but it was a crossbow, I think.
You're trapped! Now behold as I run away from you!
Another wall.
There you go, now we just get the crap out of
Completely
control with these controls. 2 controls. No, okay, they're literally just called control. So... I guess they ran out of names.
No doubt the best friend for Controller A and Controller B.
Tatsuya Kiuchi was mostly tied to video games around this time, like the Joy Mecha games. Shogo Sakai is still doing stuff to this day, like some arrangements for Super Smash Bros. So that's pretty cool.
Alright. So I'm guessing maybe he's working at Nintendo right now, I don't know. Alright, let's
potentially. I think it's the composer of Mother 3.
Thanks, Quicksilver. Ah, okay.
Let me check just to be sure.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. Oh, interesting.
There you go.
It's mostly the how fucking hammy the voice acting is. I can't die! Or,
Also, nice touch of having the previous bosses that you have fought on the display in the background.
Yes, Red Skull has been paying attention to our progress.
with his infinite amount of monitors.
Speaking. All right. Oh, you can't go through.
Oh,
crossbows,
goody, crossbows.
All right. So. Oh.
Basically, when Hydra needs to have more specific type of missions, crossbows tends to be the muscle of the operation. He loves to work most of the time with the Red Skull's daughter, Sin. But while she hasn't shown up yet in the MCU, I'm pretty confident we'll actually see her sooner or later. She's actually an interesting character to go through.
Oh!
Cap just picked a mine and it exploded in his face.
Yes!
He took it like a champ. Also, yeah, this soundtrack is
Teo, he is the best Avenger.
Of course.
So.
It's also interesting, Jova, because again, in comparison, the Marvel 3 soundtrack is, while being good on its own, it's actually more subdued in comparison. So it's interesting to see how it's radically different.
I'm pretty sure.
Range.
I'm pretty sure for this game they just told them write a super heroic music, and that's
yeah,
it.
pretty much. That's to be epic.
It's more hype than anything.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, one more wall. Bye, Avengers. Bye.
Oh, see ya, I guess.
Quick, after him!
You will not escape, Red Skull. I will stop you from. Well, actually, no, I already stopped your laser cannon.
No matter how many stairs we have to go up.
Not just that, I love how Steve was very polite not to throw his shield and allowed, Red Skull to go away.
It will not be the American. I cannot just throw my shield against a defenseless enemy, Teo. It will not be the American way.
Of course. Oh, no. We just need to wait to be on the space jet, of course.
It's not over yet?
Not yet.
And there you go, and there you go.
What is this, Metal Gear?
There you go, now we finally fight the Red Skull. It's finally Captain America versus his most iconic villain. Who will win?
I love how he stops to laugh every time he manages to land a kick on you.
Though he doesn't seem to have the Cosmic Cube, so he's probably in this huge disadvantage.
I don't know, Teo. Are you sure?
Maybe he pulls it out for a second phase.
And the music hit back up again.
Yeah.
What's this?
Oh, no.
Turns out that
it was a robot.
it's another trap.
You stupid man.
Shit.
We'll give you the meaning of justice.
Now it's time to take down
Also,
Mecha
that's
Skull.
That's the ultimate way of making fun of your enemies. It's a trap, you stupid man.
What are these
Backup.
What are these proportions? The legs are like super thick.
Legs for days.
Meet the mech skull. There you go, see too?
I guess. I gotta say, you gotta give credit to Red Skull. He literally baited them with a robotic copy of himself, just waiting, just on the off chance. So, like, what was he waiting there, under there in that corner the entire time? It must have gotten cramped in there for him to show off.
I'm just that dedicated, Jova.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Again, this is the guy who was all about eating Xavier's brain that one time.
Oh,
no, I'm not letting that one go.
No, it's still a terrible thing.
Okay, go! Seriously, they say that fucking sentence so many times, and it's just the way he delivers it. He doesn't say, okay, go. He literally says, okay, go!
Alright, are we done? Oh, again, it's gonna smash on the glass. Oh, here we go. Kaboom!
How come the X-Men game has...
Don't you mean Waboom?
Hey, get on!
Thank you, Wonder Man. There you go. Okay, go. Yeah.
There you go.
Seriously, how does the X-Men game have that meme, but this game never got a single meme? Seriously, this game is ripe for it.
Then it's popular.
Yeah,
Look
ironically,
at all the collateral damage we caused.
actually,
Hooray! We saved the Earth!
Hold on, hold on.
My leg!
Hold on. Before you make that joke, Glibs, let's not forget this was on the moon, so no collateral damage.
Actually, yes, Jova, the Inhumans will have to clean this shit up.
Waboom! It's not even boom, it's just waboom.
The Inhumans are
Oh,
dicks who kind of
thanks to the brave and valiant efforts of our heroes, the Avengers, Red Skull and his evil plan was crushed, and the world could once again breathe easily.
Really?
We cured the war from asthma.
But for the Avengers, the battle doesn't end here. Wherever evil exists in this world, they must confront it.
Oh no, it's not they have to, they must.
It's their job.
In the name of justice, Avengers unite!
Brilliant.
I got it. Coming up, I got it. In our next game, it's the people versus the Avengers. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know about you, Shiroi. I don't know about you, Shiroi, but I love this ham sandwich. So much ham.
Oh no, Red Skull survived. What a shock.
Or did he?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look very destroyed, the headquarters.
Oh, is that him just having the last laugh?
By the way, guys, in case you guys forgot, we've been playing the Avengers.
Hang on,
I actually didn't know.
America and the Avengers.
Also, you laugh, Shirei, but there have been not one, but two issues where Captain America confronts a villain called the Asthma Monster. So there's that.
What?
No, Shiroi, remember, Shiroi, Captain America.
Day, actually.
Remember, Shiroi, the Captain America dates back all the way to the 40s, Shiroi.
Jimbo.
Shiroi, this is the character that literally has it on his first issue on the cover, him punching Hitler. You have to expect silliness.
I mean, okay. Honestly, that's comic books in general. But it's good to go in with an open mind.
So yeah, our heroes have saved the world, and now they're off to fight some other evil out there. Whatever it is. Okay, Teo. Final thoughts? Okay, go!
Of course, in the name of justice and shit. This is a standard beat 'em up. In terms of actual gameplay, it seems to be much harder than it needs to be. But I can tell that these will be enjoyable, but probably more enjoyable in co-op. I get that some of these challenges are better designed to be played with a partner. But even its own, it's campy and it's like that. It's interesting to see another type of time capsule similar to the Silver Surfer video game, where you can see this particular composition of the team that right now feels super odd, but that back then it was actually the normality. Because as Jova mentioned in another playthrough, if you are being a character in the Marvel Universe, you probably have been in the Avengers.
How many more times are you gonna shove this title in my face? I get it! I'm playing the fucking Avengers!
Look at them rainbows.
They just wanted to make sure you didn't forget it. You have to step away to get a
Yeah,
drink or something. When you come back, it's like, don't forget, you're playing the Avengers.
Is this could they not choose what logo they wanted and used all of them?
But yeah,
could you imagine this if the new Square Enix game had the title being plastered all over?
Wonder Man, there you go.
Well, I mean, considering what happens in the Wasp, that would actually somewhat be a decent idea.
The Submariner, there you go.
And that's it. I really enjoyed the music. It's super hammy, and even though it needs to be. But the art design, on the other hand, is a bit all over the place. The single portrait, for the corners or characters, are fine. But when you get to the wide stuff, like the Red Skull that I mentioned, or some shots like Captain America, and they look just jarring. Again, they wanted to replicate the actual comic panel, but we get to that uncanny valley bit because we couldn't replicate 100% the feeling to it, so we just feel odd.
Yep.
Of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. It's fine for what it is. Next.
Okay, Dwebs' final thoughts. Go!
Okay, it's not too bad actually. I mean, it's very hilarious. considering the weird voice acting and the oddly translated lines. And our heroes kind of coming off as a bit unheroic considering they blew up people and caused collateral damage.
I mean, they do the latter constantly.
Yeah, which is why Civil War was created. But I mean, overall, it's a perfectly fine game, even if it can't decide what it wants to be called.
I disagree with this. This game knows exactly what it wants to be called. It keeps shoving the title in my face.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. At the
Maybe you
beginning,
missed
says
it to him.
Captain
Should we
America
remind
at the
you?
end. Yeah, it's like, hey. I know at the start we called our game Captain America and the Avengers, but that's not the title we wanted, so we're going to yell the real one in your face all the
That's the thing to this. When the game first starts, it says The Avengers. Then on the title screen says Captain America and the Avengers, and then everywhere else in the rest of the game just says The Avengers. Again, it's like someone clearly forgot that Captain America was supposed to get top billing in this game.
I don't know, maybe no, I got it. In universe, Captain America and Iron Man got into a fight over who should get top billing. So as a compromise, they let Captain America have top billing on the title screen, but everywhere else it was just the Avengers. So they all got equal billing with each other.
I don't know. Considering the voice acting in this game, it probably would have sounded really odd. It would have sounded Iron Man and the Avenger. Yeah, it would have sounded a bit clunky. So with this voice acting, I mean, maybe a better voice actor could pull this off, but I don't think these guys can.
I mean, if the game were made like around a couple of years ago, then that's what they would be. But yeah, that's about it. It's fun, but it's definitely more so for the hilarity value.
All right then, quick, Jova, we need your final thoughts.
Well, I have to say, I can't believe how much this game actually can feel very engaging. Like, the music is very pumped and upbeat here and there. And I really do like, the feel, the look, the attitude of it, too. In some ways, it feels more alive than the modern Avengers game. But yeah, overall, it's a very neat-looking venture here and there. You got your typical villain, hero, stop-'em affair and stuff. Yeah, that's all that really needs to be there. Yeah, it is a bit weird how the Avengers lineup is this, but as a comic book fan, I'm pretty sure this was one of those times when the Hulk was doing either his Mr. Fix-It thing, or that time when he was evil.
Yeah, it was early 90s, so probably was Mr. Fix-It back then. True.
Overall, though, it's nice to have this little bout of history for the Avengers still here and there. It's a very engaging and good game.
All right, Shiroi, say your thoughts!
I mean, this looks like fun. It's very loud. The music is great. The voice acting is the voice acting and the music are the best part of it, and that's it.
All right, so here's my final thoughts. It's a good game, you stupid man. No, like seriously, it really boils down to that. It's a very generic, at its core, it's a very generic beat 'em up of the time. But what makes it fun is the presentation, because it's just so fucking ham. There's just so fucking ham in this game. This game is about to burst. That it's just delightful. Absolutely. Seriously, these voice actors, I don't know what kind of drugs they were in. It's interesting how the game literally starts with saying winners only just where I'm pretty sure most of these people were high when they recorded these lines, but I get whatever. So yeah, aside from the hamminess and everything, it's just a very typical beat 'em up. There's not that much to say. I think it could have used like a super special awesome attack, because I feel like we're a bit underpowered than we should. A bit less. I think the characters are less powerful than they should be, considering they're the Avengers. But I guess with whatever. All right, everybody, tune in for, I guess, maybe the new game when we get to it. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe
we'll see.
maybe we'll do the X-Men arcade game since that's the other hammy one at a time. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Or Children of the Atom.
See ya.
Suppose. Sorry,
See ya.
see ya.